Workers of Brazil's state-owned oil giant Petrobras have launched an indefinite strike. They're demanding the immediate suspension of an auction of the country's deep-water concessions. Protesters have been demonstrating on the streets of Rio, where on Monday companies are going to be bidding for the right to develop the massive Libra oil field. That particular field has one of the biggest offshore oil deposits ever found. But the sale of the deep-water concessions to foreign companies in Brazil, that is a controversial one. To tell us more is Leonardo Rocha, America's editor for the BBC World Service. Leonardo, tell us more about this massive oil field and why people are so upset.
This oil field, the discovery was announced in 2010, and in a time when the Brazilian economy was booming, and it seemed to be like the El Dorado found for Brazil. It doubled the non-reserves, oil reserves of Brazil, and everyone then came to believe the future is bright for Brazil. It's off the coast of Rio. It's called pre-salt reserves because it's under a layer of salt and rock, so it's very difficult to extract. The opposition to that is due to the fact that foreign companies are being allowed to take part in the auction.
But you would have thought that for an emerging economy like Brazil, it would be a natural progression that they would look for outside help to develop something that will benefit the whole country.
But ownership of oil is a very sensitive issue in Brazil. Petrobras celebrated this year's 60th anniversary. Before '53, most people didn't believe there was oil in Brazil. And there was a president, President Vargas, who was very forceful in the creation of Petrobras in a time of very nationalistic feelings, and he eventually committed suicide. It was a very hot issue. Only in '97 the state oil monopoly was broken. And what these people now are saying, this strike is totally political, is about that cause. There's also some pay demands from Petrobras workers, but they want that to be stopped, and they are ready to do anything. The auction is due to take place on Monday in a seaside hotel in Rio, and all the streets will be cordoned off. 1,000 troops will be deployed in the area, which happens to be near where the Olympics will take place in Rio in 2006.
So presumably they're state workers. They're quite happy with their contracts at the moment. They think that if foreign companies come in and they have to work for those companies, they may lose some of those benefits that they have at the moment.
It's not so much that, I mean, Petrobras workers are very well paid in general, and they have very generous pensions. It's not about that. It's really an ideological stance against six companies. Six companies are bidding against Petrobras. 7 bids. 3 Chinese companies are taking part, and people are not used to that in Brazil. President Dilma Rousseff, she's a former left-wing guerrilla.
She used to be a Marxist, for goodness sake.
She is, but she's a pragmatist as well. Most people believe if she's getting foreign companies to do this, is because that's the only way. It's a huge investment that's needed there, and the oil is standing there. If foreign companies don't come to help, probably Brazil won't have the benefits.
Okay, Leonardo Rocha, we appreciate it very much. Thanks.